So why don't we just talk about the big elephant in the room that pretty much is all over the mainstream news, what's going on between, us and Israel and Iran and really some of the Gulf states in the Middle East. I don't know if you saw the letter from one of the big oil company guys who basically was from the Middle East, was upset that, Trump just kind of went in there without congressional approval, said that, those actions are impacting them, their businesses, their countries, which led to some of them stating like, hey, if you're not going to respect our region, we're going to pull, I think it was close to 2 trillion. Let me make sure I got that correct. But while I'm pulling that stat, give us a take on this just crazy volatility and what we've been seeing in the markets, and yet we're still not that far off from the market making all-time highs.
Yeah, well, really last Friday we saw after market close and over the weekend that Israel struck a lot of oil infrastructure in Iran, and that caused oil prices to surge up to around $120, $130 a barrel, which is not good for the market. That's going to send the market into a dive because oil prices affect pretty much everything. But we quickly saw it retrace. And I mean, as of today, oil is down back another 8%, somewhere around $83 to $85 a barrel. It's like looking what the spot pricing is. We had some information come through that the Strait of Hormuz was open and U.S. ships are traveling through it, but that ended up not being true. And so we saw kind of a further dip, and that dip kind of got bought back up. But it seems that oil is trending back down based on the fact that Trump said also on Sunday, hey, we're pretty much at the tail end of this excursion in Iran. We've reached most of our goals. Israel seems to have reached most of their goals. So we're going to kind of be winding down here soon.
Which was weird because the next day Hegseth said the biggest strikes are yet to come.
Yeah, we keep doubling down.
Yeah, and then internal, I think, intelligence from the Israeli side said them and the Pentagon agreed it's probably going to go into September. So there's a lot of like conflicting noise and reports coming out, which obviously makes, the markets don't like uncertainty, right? So I think that's where they've struggled to find like what's the truth and where does the market. So it's been like ping ponging up and down, right?
Yeah, so we saw a big kind of pop in the market, and then it pulled back a bit, then it went back up, and really it ended modestly down, but flat really for the day, but up since it bottomed out on the news of oil prices. Oil prices peaked when the market bottomed out here through this little cycle, and it's looking like we're probably, again, moving through this, and I think that the more rhetoric we get towards things calming down and something else that will distract investors, the market will continue to calm. We're less than 5% off all-time highs. So, I mean, this is not really...
It really is wild how much the market absorbs war.
Yeah, it's not... I mean, you can definitely tell that's not what the market wants, but it's not going to put us into a recession.